Decentralized physical infrastructure networks. What is DePIN? When most people think about crypto, they picture coins, tokens, or maybe Bitcoin mining. But there's an emerging sector that goes deeper than finance alone. It connects digital economies with real-world hardware. This is called DePIN, or Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. At its core, DePIN is about turning idle or underused devices into part of a shared network. Instead of relying on massive server farms owned by a handful of corporations, DePIN spreads the workload across thousands, even millions of everyday devices. If you have a computer with storage space, you can rent that space to someone who needs cloud storage. If you have a GPU, you can lend processing power for data analysis or artificial intelligence. If you have a gaming rig or even a handheld console, it can perform small computations alongside your normal use. In every case, you contribute physical resources to the network, and in return, you earn cryptocurrency tokens for the value you provide. This idea has already taken root in areas like decentralized storage, bandwidth sharing, and compute marketplaces, but where DePIN becomes really exciting is when we imagine how it could be applied in industries outside of pure infrastructure, industries like gaming. Let's consider a thought experiment. Imagine a world where Nintendo and Pokémon release a new handheld gaming console. This console doesn't just play games, it also has a crypto wallet built directly into the system. Connecting your wallet is the same thing as signing into the game. While you play, a fraction of your handheld's computing power is redirected to a distributed network that performs real-world tasks. For example, mining Bitcoin. In this scenario, Nintendo is quietly pooling the collective compute power of millions of devices, generating Bitcoin in the background while players enjoy the game. At the same time, the game introduces its own token, PokeGold. Players earn PokeGold by winning battles, defeating gym leaders, or progressing through the game. It has a maximum supply. It can be halved over time, just like Bitcoin's halvening events. It can be exchanged directly with other players in a secure marketplace, not only for Pokémon trades, but also for stablecoins that can be converted into real-world cash. This idea has already taken root in areas like decentralized storage, bandwidth sharing, and compute marketplaces. But where DePIN becomes really exciting is when we imagine how it could be applied in industries outside of pure infrastructure, industries like gaming. Let's consider a thought experiment. Imagine a world where Nintendo and Pokémon release a new handheld gaming console. This console doesn't just play games. It also has a crypto wallet built directly into the system. Connecting your wallet is the same thing as signing into the game. While you play, a fraction of your handheld's computing power is redirected to a distributed network that performs real-world tasks, for example, mining Bitcoin. In this scenario, Nintendo is quietly pooling the collective compute power of millions of devices, generating Bitcoin in the background while players enjoy the game. Now let's take it a step further. Inside the game world, PokeGold is more than just a collectible. It can be spent at Pokemarts to buy potions, evolution stones, or Pokeballs. But here's the twist. Every PokeGold spent at an NPC shop doesn't vanish into a void. It cycles back into the global vault. If you earn 100 PokeGold and spend it on an item, that same 100 PokeGold returns to the ecosystem, waiting to be earned again by another player. This creates a sustainable, circulating economy where value isn't endlessly drained, but continually recycled, giving the token a much longer life than traditional game currencies. Meanwhile, Nintendo's revenue model transforms as well. They no longer rely only on console sales or copies of the game. Instead, they're earning from the Bitcoin mined in the background, from transaction fees on the player marketplace, and from a growing ecosystem of PokeGold liquidity. Players, in turn, are rewarded with an in-game token that has real-world value, one they can choose to reinvest in their gameplay, trade for stablecoin, or even cash out entirely. It becomes a mutually beneficial system where both the company and the players share in the economic rewards generated by gameplay itself. This is the potential of DePIN applied to gaming. It turns hardware into infrastructure, gameplay into contribution, and tokens into bridges between virtual worlds and the real economy. A handheld device isn't just a console anymore. It's a node in a decentralized network, part of a global infrastructure that produces real value. And while the Pokémon example is hypothetical, the underlying model is very real. Any company could build similar systems. Imagine handhelds, VR headsets, or even mobile phones running on DePIN technology. Imagine MMORPGs where the gold you earn is tied to a halvening model. Or MOBAs where player contributions of compute power help train AI models while you play. Each device becomes both an entertainment system and a value-generating node. Crypto handhelds using DePIN technology could represent the next evolution of play-to-earn, one that is sustainable, engaging, and deeply aligned. With player incentives, rather than being speculative or exploitative, it would create a cycle where players, companies, and networks all benefit from the same shared infrastructure. That's the promise of DePIN, decentralized networks powered not just by servers in data centers, but by all of us, our devices, our play, and our participation in the digital world. Thanks for watching. To learn more about tokenomics models for AI platforms, MMORPGs, MOBAs, and the future of decentralized gaming, make sure to follow, drop a like, and share this video if it gave you something to think about.